This is my fourth attempt at making a sausage that tastes like roast pork and applesauce. And this time, I think it actually worked. Applesauce sounds easy until you try putting it into a sausage. Small baked apple cubes completely disappeared. Bigger stewed chunks were good. And applesauce jelly technically worked, but once melted, disappeared into the sausage, leaving empty gaps. The idea that finally made sense was large apple chunks that were stewed until just breaking apart, then frozen solid before mixing. They stay in place, soften again while cooking, and you get the applesauce component when you bite into it. The next problem was the roast pork texture itself. Raw chunks just disappeared texturally once cooked. Cooked chunks made the sausage just chunky. But with cooked pork chop cut into thin ribbons and then incorporated into the sausage meat, you get the closest thing to real roast pork texture and flavour. I couldn't believe how much salt affects this recipe. Too much salt and it has a great texture with a distinct sausage flavour. Too little and it crumbles like meatloaf. But a 1.5% salt to meat ratio finally landed me in the middle of not too salty and not too dry and grainy, and bind the mince enough to have a suitable amount of sausage texture. Seasonings was another thing. When you bite into a sausage, all the seasoning is incorporated evenly throughout the sausage. I don't want that. I want roast pork, seasoned on the outside, no fancy herbs or spices, just salt and pepper. I learned that adding crackling into the sausage mince actually enhances that roast pork flavour, quite a lot actually. Since it doesn't go crispy, smaller pieces definitely work better than the larger ones because they feel a bit like bacon rind once they rehydrate. But for the flavour, I'll take that any day. All these elements were combining nicely, like the rings of Captain Planet, but there was just one problem. My sausage extruder absolutely hated these recipes. The stand mixer attachment has a really small opening before the funnel, and it blocked up every time big chunks tried to get through. Some people blame their meat instead of looking into themselves and finding out that they are the problem. But today, I'm blaming my meat, and so I bought a sausage extruder with no small gaps so I can finally make chunky boy sausages without the equipment fighting me. Honestly, this feels like the first time the sausage matches the idea in my head. Super soft chunks of stewed apple for applesauce, roast pork textures, bits of crackling for flavour, and an overall well-bound sausage that tastes mostly of roast pork. So yeah, I'm calling this a win. One small win for me, one giant leap for sausage. Next time, I'm making something that rhymes with bacon and egg McMuffin. And honestly, you're not going to want to miss it.